Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video we are taking a look at semiconductors, that is starting off with Nvidia, then making our way to AMD, SMCI, ARM, Broadcom, Micron, and also show you QQ and SPY. So this is the morning update. Market has been open for almost now 50 minutes. So let's identify the price action, and what I want to start off with on Nvidia is actually showing you first the short volume data, because this is something has been really taking my attention, because even yesterday, so from last 3 days, what I'm seeing is that we are having quite a high short volume. Now the squeeze would only happen if we see a strength above one of the top line of that area, in this case, which is just around $130. We also have a level now over there. We did try today to go up, but we are still selling off. I'll be interested to see in the evening when the data comes that what the short volume data is for today. Because here's the thing, if we keep piling up here high short volume and can't break up, squeeze will not happen. All right, we need a reason for short sellers to cover. The structure needs to break and continue up. But if short sellers can hold on to this structure, this is what I was saying from last few days, if they can hold here now for a couple of days and then break one of the levels to the downside, that's when I do expect a problem. Even though until earnings I don't expect a huge sell-off, I do expect maybe until 122, and I still believe that's not going to be enough move for this high quantity of short sellers to be happy with just this $5 move. They would want a big move, and I don't think that even right now, that huge move, just losing 122 and 118, at least before earnings, I don't think that's going to happen. But that's, again, it's for based off of the price action that I'm seeing right now, strong candle. But if eventually I start to see a lot of weakness here, that's a different question then. All right, but that's something, if my sentiment changes, if I see a price action of that much of weakness and breaking levels across multiple intervals, I'll talk about it. Right now I still don't think that we would break 122 before earnings. But anyways, can this pullback happen? Well, before that, there's also 127. Even if we stay above it, we are still just fine technically also. Now I'll just turn it off. So you get the idea of the short volume, right? What we are dealing with here. But I also want to, at this point, also turn on my structural indicator that already talks about a lot of the things, helps in day trading, swing trading, and everything. If you need access to my tools, links are in the description below of this video. Their introductory video, how to read these tools, it's all there. When you join the membership, you'll get access to all of that. Now, so technically in the structure, today's red stuff is just a pullback. I'm not seeing any daily structure change. Now things starts to get a little bit interesting if we go to the 5 minutes interval, and this is where another functionality of this particular indicator comes in helpful. So right now I have it in the attentive mode, and in the 5 minutes you can see that it tried to stay up green, but then eventually turned red, and orange is attentive mode. That means either just a rebound is happening, right? And if it breaks the structure, then just gotta be careful, because it may start to turn green. But structure never broke, it remained orange and then just turned red thereafter. But if you also want to get the sentiment, so I have it on attentive mode because I like to see where the rebounds are happening or pullbacks are happening. But if you just do flow, it just smoothens it out a lot more, just green and red. And you can see once we turned red and we just, remained red, and definitely this cloud is also helping down there, right, for that purpose. Now, since we were above it, now I'm going to talk about what throughout the day I'm expecting on Nvidia as well, right? So I would only consider today we might not see much upside. Well, we first need to get above the cloud before fully turning our sentiment bullish. At this point, we are below the cloud, so I don't expect much from Nvidia, at least for today, like a lot of upside. I don't expect that. We are in the downtrend for the day, unless we get above this cloud again before at least an hour closing of the market, right, or around that time. If we can't do that, not if lunch break goes through and we don't get above this red cloud, there is no other opportunity for today as well for the upside. But what about the downside? Let's go back to the attentive mode here again. But what about to the downside, right? So let's go to the hourly interval for that. Now we are still above on the hourly interval, another cloud, right? And we are still technically above 20 and 50 hours moving average on hourly. Yes, intraday cool off is coming, right? This is what we have to trade based off our time horizon. If you're an intraday trader, you are using 5 minutes, and accordingly the tools and the color coding, whatever the structural areas for this intraday cool off. But if you're a swing trader or hourly trader right now, and also on the daily interval I showed you, I'm just seeing a pullback, not seeing any structure break. Even right now on hourly interval, this is just right now at least is a pullback. Now it all comes down to, for the day, if we lose this level of 128, but as I said, we still have a support at 127. We still have a bullish cloud coming from underneath. Right now, this has to be on the overall structure on Nvidia, has to be taken as just a pullback. Now, if we start to close below 128 today, it's a little bit of a longer, bigger problem down to at least this cloud. But as I'm showing you, there's just so much still support sitting that even if Nvidia can go through these pullbacks, that is still fine. And you can see it's already getting bought back up, right? So take it as a pullback right now, and you have the levels to watch. I do expect, maybe as long as we don't get above that cloud that I showed you on 5 minutes, I don't think we will have much upside. But if it can do that, that's great. And yeah, and then I don't expect much downside as well right now, because we have strong levels sitting 128. Overall structure is still upside, still have a cloud coming in from underneath. So price action is getting bought back up, at least for right now. So things are not dire. That's what I'm trying to explain. And so the potential of the short squeeze, the squeeze that I was talking to you guys, that here we have that particular the amount of short sellers sitting. Now that something is an important thing to keep an eye on, because it all comes down to how today's candle closes. But as long as we still stay above 127, that short squeeze is still a potential. There's a lot of short sellers built up there. So if we don't break the levels to the downside, they are still not taking over bulls. Bears are still in the weaker spot right now. But if we don't break these levels to the upside, and they keep piling, and we'll break one of the levels to the downside, some problem can start happening. So we are definitely, there's tug of war happening here. All right, so just keep that in mind. All right, let's make our way to AMD now. So AMD, technically in the structure, just going through a pullback. I'm just gonna for a second turn off my structural indicator here. And so yeah, we are though going through a pullback, but structure on this is not bearish. Structure can stay bullish on this for quite good amount of time, in my opinion. We have good support at 153 and 41 cents. It's just a pullback even for today, in my opinion. We'll see how the market closes, but again, our moves are pretty much, guys, these were the moves I talked about, right? Rebound moves and all of that. The structure also changed over here. I was talking to you guys about it as well, right up here, right? So things are not bad on AMD still. So let's go to the hourly interval. So right now some cool off is coming, but it's nothing more than that. Let's see. Well, it's also reacting at that previous supply zone right here. So yeah, so as long as we're still above 50 hours moving average, it's fine. Let's see if today we closes below it or weaker, then you can expect more cool off to 153. But overall structure still has a lot of potential to stay bullish. In other words, pullbacks have a potential to be bought back up. This is such a strong demand candle that any pullback until 150 is fine. May keep it bullish. But anyways, level by level, today is a pullback day, seems like, and right now I'm not seeing that how, at least today, if it can turn bullish. We'll see if it does, but seems like a pullback day. Okay, so SMCI, as we talked about, let's turn on my structural indicator. As we talked about that this is just a pullback, technically today also is just a pullback, but it's struggling to go above blue box, the one that I provided for this particular move. and then the next move was above 628 or 630 area above, then at least a 200 days moving average. So it's struggling though, but it's the again. So to me, this is still just a pullback, guys. We definitely, it's not an easy pullback. If you are a swing trader, you are now waiting, it's waiting is not fun, and then you are managing your stop loss. Then 20 days moving averages, we are still above that. All right, so I'm not too worried though, but structure is still bullish, and I still think as long as we stay above 20 days moving average here, 595, this is just in my opinion a pullback. Yes, if we lose 595, there may be a problem, but I still think we have room to continue higher on SMCI. Today is a pullback day, I get it. Taking a look at hourly interval, and I think hourly interval we may already have turned a little bit red as well. Yeah. So we are above the cloud though. Though we have turned red now, unless and until we are not getting above the cloud, not turning bullish even on the green candle, I would be in the waiting, holding zone. And then definitely, I still think SMCI has potential to go up, but have a stop loss on the other side of the levels based on your risk tolerance. But where I stand is that I still think there is a potential for this to continue higher, just looking at the structure. ARM. ARM is fine, continuing higher. Technically, it's still in a bullish structure, guys. All right, the red candle today is fine. It's just a pullback. Even yesterday candle, you can see there was a good buying that came here. I think ARM has also a potential to continue higher. Right now, I'm not seeing much downside on this. Yeah, I think it has a room to continue higher. That's where I'm going to leave it at. Broadcom gapped up a little bit, closing in the gap. It almost, well, not full gap, it closing in, but it's still in the bullish structure. We still have higher highs, higher lows, and we are still, today is just a pullback day. We are still in the bullish structure. Yes, pullback is a little bit of a stronger pullback, but does it make it bearish? No, we are still above 20 and 50 hours moving average. And even at those significant levels, we are just getting bought back up. Right, we are just getting bought back up. I'm pretty sure on this structure has been just a pullback today. Yeah, it's just a pullback, guys. It's just bullish. All right, Micron, and then we'll take a look at QQ and SPY. I just want to make sure the video doesn't get too long already. But anyways, Micron. Okay, we have a red candle. Does it make it bearish? Let's pull up our structure. No, it's just a pullback in the structure though. Look, Micron, this was our, let me turn it on again. Micron was our bullish play above this level. My indicator, structural indicator, already also gave those structural colors, right? 93.57 above, back up to $101. That was our first area. The second area was above that, and we are still getting those moves. It's just that it's slowing down, though we have made $10 move already, right? Above 200 days moving average as well. It's slowing down a little bit, but I still think, well, as long as it's above 200 days moving average, structure is not becoming to the downside, period, right? We have 200 days, 20 days moving average coming in. In my opinion, this may give intraday cool-offs, but eventually overall structure is not going to change until we break those levels to the downside. And let's see how it closes. If it closes below 20 and 50, at intraday level, weakness would remain. If we stay above it, close above it, strength will continue. All right, or at least for right now. This is because, and also you can take this level at 108 and 6 cents. All right, to the upside though. So let's see if what it does. But overall structure, yes, we do have a, again, take partial profits in the extensions, right? That's what I always say. And we did have a breakout, but it's selling off there. So let's see if it can continue to recover back again to the upside. Overall structure on daily hasn't changed bearish, okay? It's still bullish. Now let's go to SPY and QQ real quick, and let's go to the daily interval. SPY is doing some sell-off today, but guys, it's just a cool off, nothing more than that. It's still in the bullish structure. As long as we have a 556 area, we are still technically in the bullish structure. Triple stacked support over there with a good bullish candle come in. This one red candle at all-time highs is not worrying me right now. Yes, today's cool off would be there, but it's just a cool off. Even on QQQ, It's not a worry to me right now. We are still in the bullish structure. Yes, I get it. Today, if I go to the 5 minutes interval, and this is where you can use my indicator as well, right? This for trading as well. We tried to open strong, well, a little bit strong, but you can see we soon turned red. And if I just do the flow mode here, you can see it was all red. Technically, the structure is all red on QQQ, right, from quite ahead of times as well, right? So it was, I mean, it was, there was no stopping it. Eventually, when we stay so much red above this cloud as well, eventually it's going to break. So but that's where it helps to identify what is the flow and the structure overall by my indicator as well. All right, guys, so that's it for this video. And if you found it helpful, valuable, please hit the like, subscribe. If you need access to my tools, links in the description below. Also, don't forget to check out my Junior Trader Dividend Investing channel. I am building a public-facing portfolio, share all the positions updates. I have Nvidia, Tesla, Amazon, all tech stocks, finance ETFs, NASDAQ ETFs, everything here I cover about it. Subscribe here as well if you want to follow along. All right, with that, I'll see you in my next videos, guys. Take care. Bye.